Hey, it's Mr. Keys, and today we're going to take a look at everything that we've done so far and summarize it in this one video because we need to make sure that our project is ready for basically chopping things up and rearranging things. So let's start from the beginning. Let's set the project to adapt. And now we're going to bring in our instrumental. And in this song, or in this case, I'm using this song by DJ Snake. So Let Me Love You. Drag that in, bring it to the front. And let's double click to get to here. Make sure it's constant and say adapt region tempo to project tempo. All right, and I'm just going to trim this little bit at the beginning. So you'll see there's a little bit of silence. So Command C to trim, get rid of it, and get rid of bar 0. Unless you want to keep it, it doesn't really matter. All right, I'm going to delete this track because we don't need it. And now, because my instrumental should be set up, let's just turn the volume down and we have the metronome on. Okay, just check a little bit later. Okay, so it seems like it's all good. Now that that's set up, I'm going to take it out of adapt mode and put it back to keep. Now let's drag in all of our acapellas. So let's start with E flat major. So we'll start with the Weekend song. Just drag that right in. And then we're going to use Hands to Myself. So these are in E flat, so no changes necessary with pitch. Let's go to D major, Diamonds. So I'm going to fix this right away. Let's go to our audio effects, pitch shifter. So remember, this is in the inspector. And since it's D major, we need to set it up by 1 so that it pushes it up to E flat. Okay, and as I go, I'm just going to mute these tracks. All right, so Tory Lanez Love, we're going to drag that in too. And this one I also have to set the pitch shifter for. Okay, and mix to 100, and we're done. Mute. Okay, this song by 5 Seconds of Summer called Amnesia. It also needs to move up. So pitch shifter by 1, 100%, mute. And let's go to D flat major. So this is our third key, and we have this song. And this is going to need a pitch shifter, but this time, because it's in D flat, we're going to go up by 2. 1 would push it to D major, 2 would push it to D flat. And our last song, so let's mute that. Our last song is Burn by Ellie Goulding, and also in D flat major, so we're going to push this up by 2 as well. So 1, 2, 100%. And they're all set up in terms of key. But now we need to set them up in terms of beats and positions so that they line up and lock in to Let Me Love You. So let's click on Analyze. So I'm working on the Weekend first. Make sure it's constant. And then say Adapt Region Tempo to Project Tempo. And now it's adjusted. And let's unmute and let's take a listen. Okay, now I remember with this song that beginning part was the intro.
Yeah. Your man on the road, he doing promo. You said keep our business on the low, low. I only call you in.
Okay, so perfect. So that's nice and lined up. Let's go to this one, Analyze. And it's set to variable mode, so let's switch it back to constant. Perfect. And I'm not sure what's happening at the beginning here, so we'll see.
Can't keep my hands to myself.
Okay, so beat 1 is definitely not correct.
No matter how hard I'm trying to.
Okay, so I'm actually gonna, because this is like the verse, I'm gonna line this up over here. Or maybe at 4, since self is where I want beat 1 to be. All right, so we have our work cut out for us. Let's go down to here and scroll to the left. And I'm just going to loop these 2 bars so it repeats over and over.
Can't keep my hands to myself.
Okay, so let's pull this over a little bit.
Can't keep my can't keep can't keep my hands to myself.
So if you noticed, I did this action several times because sometimes the first time you do it, or maybe after you set it to constant, it needs to be done again. So just keep that in mind. This is kind of like your cleanup button.
Can't keep my hands to myself.
Okay, seems like it's good now.
Can't keep how hard I'm trying to. I want you all to myself.
Okay, so I don't quite like the position. I'm going to move it over a little bit.
You're metaphorical gin and juice.
Okay, let's hit this button again. Okay, it's already done it.
So come on, give me a taste.
Okay, let's go down a little bit. Okay, sounds good. All right, so that's the second one done. Let's go to diamonds from the beginning.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Okay, so that's going to be like some sort of intro stuff. And let's analyze it, of course. And let's set it to constant. And then let's adapt region tempo to project tempo and align downbeat. Now I know our downbeat is wrong, so let's take a listen. Okay, so I'll start from the intro because I know where the shine bright should be. Shine bright like a diamond. Okay, so 1, 2, shine. Oh, it didn't like that. Okay, maybe like this. Or not. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, so it's created a bar 0. So it looks like it's telling me that this amount of silence is unnecessary. So let's chop that off. If anything, we can always like pull it back out. Okay, get rid of bar 0. Oh, looks like it moves everything over. Okay, sometimes that happens. So when it creates bar 0, everything gets shifted to the left 1 bar. This is why we're doing this recap, because I want to make sure that, you know, any little things that I might have missed in any of the other videos get cleared up in this video when we're going through all the steps. Okay, it's almost perfect, but not quite. So let's go down to here. And I'm just going to do the first 2 bars. Shine. Okay, so it's a little late. Shine. Okay. So let's move it this way. Oh, late. So here. Still late. Okay, so there's more to trim. This time I'm not going to cut it. Actually, I will cut it. Okay. Everything's been shifted again. Let's move everything back to bar 1. Get rid of bar 0. So it's like you just got to kind of play around with it a little bit. And hopefully this time we're all good.
Shine bright like a diamond.
And I just realized that sometimes she's a little bit off in her singing here, so I should have probably checked this section, but we'll check it now.
Fine light in the beautiful sea. I choose to be happy. You and I, we're like diamonds in the...
Okay, it's pretty good. Something about it, it just seems a little bit off. Either it's too early or a little bit late. But for now, I'll just leave it. That's fine. Okay, so this song, I'm going to declare it done. All right, and our very, very last song, Burn by Ellie Goulding. Okay, let's set it to constant mode. And then, of course, we are going to adapt region to tempo. So I know I'm doing the same thing a lot, but I just want to make sure that everybody's on the same page. All right.
We don't have to worry about nothing. We got the fire.
Okay, definitely a little bit off. So let's do the same thing. I think it's late, so pull it over.
We don't have to worry about nothing. We got the fire. We don't have to worry about nothing. We got the fire. And we put in one hell of a something. They're gonna see this from outer space, light it up.
Okay, so I always have trouble with this song, or songs like this, where there's a lot of syncopation in the singing. So let's go down and see, let's try to find a spot that we can know for sure.
It's turning down, they don't know what they heard. Strike the march, play it loud, giving love to the world. We'll be ready.
You know, and one thing that you can definitely do is if you know the song, try to sing it out without it playing. So just mute it and try to sing it out, and then see where you think things should be, and hopefully that helps you kind of fix and position beat one properly.
Sing our hands.
All right, so that's about it. I've just done 7 songs, and they're all nice and lined up now and ready for the next step, which we will see in the next video. So I hope this helps.